figured it out. Like, I really figured it out to never feeling stress again, never feeling worry again, never feeling anxiety again. And really, it's just reminding myself that I am well provided for by the Most High God, the creator of all things. I am always being taken care of. He cares about me, he listens to me, and he cherishes me very deeply. And it be times where I be asking him like real stuff. I be asking him like, why do you feel like I'm special? Like, sometimes I don't feel special, but just because I don't feel special doesn't mean that I am special. Anyways, I feel good. But that's what I'm saying though, the secret to really just enjoying your life is just feel good, man. I was looking at, like, y'all, I have not uploaded a video in I don't know how long. Y'all, 2024, she has been showing out this month. She is like, listen, I'm not going without a bang. You understand? I'm not going out without a bang. Like, I'm like, okay, girl, you do your little 1-2 whatever, but dang, girl, like, so much has happened just in December. Just starting from December has been such an impactful month in my life, and that is why I have really been AFK, because in so many words I have been realizing, man, I gotta really something just came over me. And that's why you gotta pray, because when you pray, you get what the answers you're looking for, you get the clarity you're looking for, you realize you gotta just move. And that's another thing I want to touch on. Y'all, I have been like, so many video ideas have been coming to me in this time that I have been not uploading and not, recording, because I had just been praying so much, because I felt plagued. I'm gonna be real. Even in my most recent videos, I'm sure within my most 3 recent videos, I spoke on something about depression, and how depression is the act of being weighed down by something, like something is pulling you down, pressing you down. And so it's crazy how I said that, and I was not, like, the subconscious mind is a crazy thing when you think about it, because I was talking about depression. I was like, if you're depressed, this is how I overcame my depression. I just let it go. And I was talking about depression. I just felt the need to mention depression, and then I realized I was slightly depressed this month. In just this month alone. This year I had been managing pretty well. My mental health overall this year is the best it's been in my life probably forever. So yeah, but I had been just managing, right? And I'm gonna get to the video. I know it seemed like I'm off topic, but I'm getting to the video. But then I finally admitted to myself out loud, you know what, as someone who has been in the trenches of depression, I know what slight depression feels like. It wasn't bad like it used to be, I know that for a fact, but I just be paying attention to my thoughts. And that's another thing. Paying attention to your thoughts will help you realize where you're at mentally, and not judging your thoughts for what they say, but just paying attention to them and saying, oh, this is where I'm at on my journey. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Just paying attention to where you're at on your journey. And you do that by paying attention to your thoughts, and paying attention to your habits, paying attention to the things you like to consume. And then that'll tell you if you're close or if you're far from where you want to be. If you have a dream to be financially free, right, and you don't ever have to worry about finances again, yet when you pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to your current thoughts, the thoughts that you think in present day, your present day habits, and the present day things you're interested in, and ask yourself, is this anywhere near what financial freedom feels like? Are these the thoughts of me being financially free? Are these the thoughts of me having great habits and using my time wisely? Are these two things in alignment? And if not, then that'll let you know. And so December was that type of month for me that made me realize I'm not in alignment. I'm not. But I've also made a lot of progress this year, and we have to, 2 things can be true at the same time. You can feel pain about your past, but at the same time you can appreciate the pain as well. You can feel maybe a little sad when you think about your childhood, like me, and I'm being personal with this. So just me off rip, just thinking about my early childhood years, like the first 4 years of my life, I can look back and be sad about it, because there is some sadness that lingers there, and ignoring the sadness will only cast that sadness into the shadow, and then that wound will turn, that seed, that sadness will then be rejected by you, because that sadness is a part of you. So when you ignore the sadness that you feel, and you're like, no, I shouldn't feel that way, I should only feel good about it, and you ignore the fact that you genuinely felt sad about this or mad about this, you see, we get told to label our emotions as good or bad. That's a good emotion, that's a bad emotion. What we're doing is we're judging ourselves. Racism, it's like racism but with feelings. You understand? Like, the good emotions are good. Like, some emotions are labeled as good and the other emotions are labeled as bad, and so we separate them, when in reality they're just emotions. They don't have to be good or bad. It's just what we feel. It's just what we feel. What I like to say is unfavorable or unpleasant, but I don't say it's good or I don't say it's bad. Well, I don't want to say unpleasant, but sometimes I say it's unfavorable. Like, maybe it's not in my favor to feel this moment because I see how it makes me feel. But here's what I'm saying with all this. Back to what I was talking about. Okay. When I look back at my early childhood years, like the first 4 years, I be feeling sad. Like, sometimes I be feeling sad and I be like, damn. Like, but at the same time, I be feeling good about it. And I also noticed that it's like, it's in my body. You understand? So it's a part of my being. So I'm noticing how I feel both emotions, and I'm noticing the contrast. Like, the emotions, the reason why we judge them is because we feel like we need to label them, because there is such a stark contrast between them. Like, notice how when you feel two separate emotions at the same time, but they're similar, you just call it one thing. You understand? Let's say it is your birthday, and you know, you went out and you enjoyed your day or whatever, you had a good time, you really just took time for yourself and really just had a good day. You felt good, you thought positive thoughts, man, you appreciated yourself, man, you just had a great day that day. It don't even gotta be your birthday, it could be any day of the year. You understand? And then you get home, but birthday just for the example, so you get home and your peoples threw you a surprise party, and so on top of having a good day and you feeling good, now you're feeling surprised, you're feeling loved, you're feeling overwhelmed with all these happy feelings, and then somebody asks you how you feeling. Instead of listing all the feelings that you feel that may be similar, you're like, I'm excited, I'm surprised, I feel love, I feel good, I had a great day. Instead of labeling all those things, you just group it together and say, I feel great, I feel happy, I'm excited, I'm thankful. You just really say just maybe a few words to describe all of those similar emotions that you feel. But when you pay attention to your feelings and you notice the contrast between two emotions, and you're like, those two are not similar, you tend to focus on the one that is more favorable or is more convenient or comfortable. You see, emotions, it's not even that they're unfavorable, they're just uncomfortable, depending on which one it is. But uncomfortable is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be uncomfortable. Let me say that again. It's not a bad thing to be uncomfortable. So Saturday night going into Sunday morning, Saturday, I noticed that my tooth was like aching a little bit. It was like aching a little bit, but it was manageable. Then Saturday night come around, and I'm realizing, like, dang, it kind of hurt to sleep on this joint a little bit. I was going like this, like really pressuring it because it hurt so bad. The people, I don't know what they doing over here, but I'm guessing they like working on something. I don't really know, but please ignore that. Y'all know, if you don't know, because I haven't said this in a few months now, but if you don't know, I really don't like to add background music or too many edits to my video, because I just prefer it to be as is. But back to the video. Two emotions can coexist at the same time. Two things can be true at the same exact time. It is, and you don't have to judge them. It's okay to be comfortable. Yes, it's okay to be comfortable, but it's also okay to be uncomfortable, because even though you feel uncomfortable, and this is what I was talking about at the very beginning of the video, just enjoying life, even though you may feel uncomfortable, you have to still not get caught up in that feeling. You see, the feelings and thoughts are things that come along the way on the journey. If you sat there and you stopped and you're trying to get to where you want to be, and you sit there and you stop at every single thought, every single feeling, and you just stop and you be like, you get lost. So many people get lost because they be in their head, following what's going on in their head. They're not following what's going on in the physical world, not following their compass. In order to follow your heart, you got to listen to it and then do it. You know what I mean? Like, and the key to that is, anytime I remind, and the thing about it is, and here's a hack that I figured out, and it works for me personally, and so it might help you if you really like struggle like with being present, because in order to be grateful for what you really have, you have to be present and accept that this is what you have and this is where you are. But sometimes we may get in our head about the past or the future and things of that nature, and I just always say it worked out for me then. When I look back at my past, I look at where I was 2 years ago. I have made some progress since then. So things have worked out. Things have gotten better since then. I've experienced good feelings along the way since then. I've already lived the past. So I don't really need to look at that anymore. If feelings come up, negative feelings come up when I think about past thoughts, then I just look at them. I don't judge them. I don't coddle them. I don't baby my feelings. I'm not like, oh man, oh, poor Jules, she's feeling so sad. I just like, yeah, I feel sad about it. That's just the reality. I'm not turned up. The thing about it is, a lot of people are ruled by their emotions. That's the issue. And so that's why they're always feeling lost, because there has to be that balance. You see, your emotions, they're just kind of like points that let you know, like they're like spiritual, like the way you can touch your body, right? And you can feel the pressure, and you can feel like how it feels to rub your skin. You can feel what it feels like to scratch. You can feel these types of things. I'm a little ashy, just a little bit. But how you can feel that type of stuff with physical feelings. Your emotions are like the feelings of your soul. Your emotions are like when you touch something, when you, like the emotions. How do I put this? Please, y'all, please. I'm sitting here low-key about to crash out explaining this to y'all. Anyways, your emotions are like the feelings of the soul, like what it feels like to touch the soul. So like, it's the way your soul had been touched. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense, man? I'ma just pray. I'ma pray that y'all understand what I was trying to say with that. Amen. Cause I genuinely don't know how to word that. Like, so I really hope y'all understood. If you struggle with being in the present moment, you have to wrap yourself up in gratitude. Whenever you're in your head about something, be like, whatever I'm in, like something in the future, right? Just tell yourself, and then you start to wonder all these things, like, I wonder what this is gonna be like. I wonder how that's gonna go. I wonder how I'm gonna make it through this or that, or this thing might be along the way. You say all these things, you start trying to predict it all. You start trying to line it all out and plan it, because that's just our nature. We're smart, we're intelligent, and so of course, and then on top of that, we are alert. We like to be prepared. We like, it's in our human nature to be practical. You understand? It's in our human nature to be in order and to get ourselves together. So of course we be trying to plan out our whole lives from now to the very end of things. We really be doing that though. We really be trying to sit up there and figure all that out though, and we don't have to do that, man. Anytime you find yourself doing that, just be like, oh, I noticed that I'm doing that thing again. Let it all work out. and back to the present. You know what I mean? Just tell yourself, let it all work out. Whatever you're in your head about, let it all work out. Declare it. Let it all work out. Don't say it will work out. It's already trying to work itself out. It's already unfolding for you, right? So all you have to do is just continue to say, let it all work out. It's already working out. Just say, let it all work out. Let it work out in the way it's meant to work out. Let it unfold. Let it blossom. Let it bloom into my life in the way that it's meant to do that. Like, that's all you gotta say when you get in your head about that type of stuff. And when it comes down to the past, everybody can manage that differently. But me, I mostly be in my head when it comes to the future. When it comes to the past, just, you already lived it. Why are you beating yourself up about these types of things? And if it's something that is recurring, like a type of thought that is recurring, you might want to dig a little deeper and figure out, okay, it's something behind this thought. Like, there is something subconsciously that's making me think these things, say these things, do these things. And you're wondering, why do I do these things? I don't want to do these things. These things aren't in alignment with where I want to be, because you have to go to your subconscious mind and figure out, why am I doing these things that aren't in alignment with where I want to be? Why am I doing these things that lead me in the opposite direction of where my heart's compass is telling me to go? You understand what I mean? And when you figure that out, and that right there, you see, your brain, it likes to be challenged. The soul likes to be challenged. And though mentally, when we don't see it as a challenge, and we forget that we're here to be challenged, and God is here to test us, because at the end of the day, we have free will, and he wants to see who is really righteous, like who is really, like, think of it like an obstacle course. Like, he knows that we are blameless. He knows we didn't ask to be born. He knows that we didn't ask to be born in this imperfect, sinful, wicked world. He knows that, man. You think he's dumb? Do you think the creator of all things is dumb? And you might be like, if God loves us, why didn't he just wipe Adam and Eve out and then, like, end humanity? Because he loves us. He loved us so much. Like, he loves us so much that he continues to give us trial after trial to grow closer to him. And when you lean on him for real, you really just be like, man, what I gotta worry for? Anything that I can think of, God already thought about it. Like, he's the one person who actually knows more than you do. When you go to that one person, like, you might look at me and say, oh, she's very wise. I get that a lot. I got that a lot in my life. One thing I never questioned in my life, and I had to be humbled about pretty quickly when I turned around 18, was my intelligence. I never questioned my intelligence. My whole life, people have always been telling me, you're so smart, you're so intelligent. I've always had teachers telling me, there's a light in your eyes, you're gonna do big things. I've always had teachers telling me that. So I never really questioned my intelligence. I never really was like, I always was like, my future is gonna be good. I always knew that, because it's like I had got affirmed that so much that by the time I was like 5, I was like, all right, I ain't no dummy, man. I got this. By 5 years old, my ego was inflated with my intelligence. But what I'm trying to say with that is, when you tell a kid that they're smart, right, they feel like they can figure anything out because they're so smart. And so when that child actually faces a mental challenge, a physical challenge, whatever it is, something that actually requires them to stop and actually try and figure it out because they don't know it, it makes them feel like they're not smart anymore. They're like, wait a minute. Like, that was me as a little kid. Like, I was always so smart. I never had to make an effort in class. I never had to make an effort to learn how to read, spell, pronounce things. It was like easy to me. Like, everything. Like, it's so crazy how easy that was to me. And I'm not trying to brag. I feel like I'm gloating just a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. So let me bring myself back down to earth. But real life, like, I never had to, like, when it came to learning how to write and things like that, I was like, oh, that's easy. When it came, I remember learning the days of the week for the first time, and I learned it like right off rip. Like, I was like, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I was like, ever since then, I knew it. I didn't have to do it again. Like, that was just me. I would pick up knowledge, and I was a very absorbent sponge, because once I picked it up, it wasn't, I was absorbent, but whatever I picked up, it didn't let go. I held on to every piece of knowledge I got. I was that type of kid, like just racking up everything, putting all sorts of things in my spiritual basket. You understand? It's just like think about life like an Easter egg hunt, like a scavenger hunt or something like that. And so you are constantly seeking out knowledge. That's all you gotta do. And that's how I was as a child. So I feel like at a very early age, I knew a lot of stuff. Like, I was like in kindergarten on like 2nd grade level. Literally. But let me pipe down. But when I started to get challenged by like math, that was like, no. I was like, no. Like, what is this? Y'all, they had me with the decimals. Like, when they started putting decimals, boy, I was like, oh, y'all losing me with this. What do y'all mean move it to the right if you go multiply, and move it to the right if you're gonna, what do you mean a negative times a positive? Like, I don't even know what is a negative times a negative, or a negative times a positive. I don't, listen, my brain, let me calm down, because I don't get it. Like, I never got that, and I still don't get it to this day. Like, and that type of stuff used to have me questioning my intelligence. So what I'm saying about that is, you don't need to question God's intelligence. I pretty much said that whole story just to say, don't question God, man. Trust in his plan. Remember that he is smarter than you. He can outthink you. He can outdo you. He can outlive you. He can actually, like, I be thinking about the fact that right now, there's no limit to what God can do. He is the creator of all things, right? Right now, he could just like make a person just appear right next to me, just like that. I would hope he don't do that, because I would most likely like have I'm not even gonna speak that into existence. But I feel like I said everything I needed to say. I definitely went off topic in this video. My video has been leaning towards 30 minutes lately. I be trying to keep them to like 20 minutes, y'all, but I hope y'all liked it. If you're watching to this point of the video, thank you so much though. I really appreciate you, man. I'm coming back in, just easing my way back into making videos. I'm not about to just jump in and try and do it. You know, it's no rush. I'm not rushing. I'm just taking my time to just get back into the groove of things and picking myself back up after this month, because like, damn, December, what I did to you. Because shit. But in the present moment, just always find something to appreciate. I've been seeing this channel pop up. I've been seeing this little channel pop up about like, it's this family and like they're doing really well. It's like this black successful family and they're doing really well. And I've been seeing so many of their videos and I start to imagine, I'm like, okay, that's something I'm inspired to create in my life. You understand? That's something I would want to experience in my life. I want to create that. I want to make that happen for myself. You understand? And I started to get in my head about that, like just all the cool things I could be doing in the future. And then I realized, I was just like, let it all work out. You know, I'm gonna make it happen. It's happening. It's unfolding. If that's the coordinates I put into the GPS of my heart, then it's gonna take me in that direction. It's really that simple. If you really want it and it's a pure desire, and it really, no matter what it is, if it's something that you really want, you're gonna go after it. So you have to ask yourself, how bad do you really want it? And if you really want it that bad, then you have to start from where you are. You can't try and be like, you can't try and look at the goal and say, because if you look at your goal versus where you are now, you get discouraged because you're like, damn, that's a big jump. You don't look at the goal. Look at the goal and start to break it down and make it eye level and say, okay, I can take this step. You can't take the next step if you don't take this step. You can't skip steps when it comes to life. You don't teleport when it comes to life. You understand what I mean? And so you just have to get through it, man. Get through this current step. And even then, people say take it day by day, but I say take it moment by moment. Break it down to however much you need to break it down. For me, I have to break it down literally second by second. I say I'm going to just take it second by second. I'm going to just I'm going to make changes second by second. Whatever I'm doing, just being present to the second, being present to the millisecond, and really and even just saying that brought me back down to like the real present moment, like where I am right now. You understand? And that's how you have to do it. Like, break it down. Because if I'm trying to, if I think of it on a scale of where I want to be in 6 months, I'm trying to, like, no, I can't take a step from 6 months from now. I can take it second by second. I can literally just do that. Just take life second by second. Like, if you wake up and you're like, okay, I gotta brush my teeth, wash my face, eat some breakfast, whatever you want to do, right? You sitting up here thinking of it, you know, the timeline and everything, but just start with something. You gotta start with where you are. Start with appreciating where you are, and your life is gonna get so much better. Because you want to know why? Because you're appreciating where you are. You're appreciating your environment. Just appreciate where you are and find something good about it. Learn how to cultivate peace within yourself. Learn how to build up barriers of self-control within yourself. Learn how to not allow your emotions to dictate you and to guide you through life, because you have to stay on guard of your mind, and you have to keep your mind clear so you can hear your intuition. Even though you feel feelings, you need to be able to differentiate feelings that are coming from the past or the future and your intuition, because your intuition is going to always be the present feeling. That's going to be your intuition. Your intuition speaks to you when you're present. So whatever thoughts you hear when you're present, that's telling you, hey, take this step. You're being extremely present, and you're like, I should get up and, you know, get my body moving. Listen to that, because it's guiding you where you need to be. But it's only going to guide you if you're present, because God is here with us in the present moment. So if you just be present and you keep your mind clear, and you learn how to differentiate feelings and like bodily feelings from like emotions. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I'm starting to tongue tie myself. But you have to learn how to differentiate your intuition, because your body is going, what I'm trying to say with that, your body is going to pick up on what your soul is trying to tell you. So however you feel in the present moment, you have to be able to clear out all the thoughts and things so you can hear what it is God is telling you to do. And it's a learning journey. You're always going to have to learn. You're not going to get it on the first try, but just take it moment by moment. When you make a mistake, get up and start again. Shake it off. Be like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. And then you just shake it off. And whenever it pops back up in your head again, the key to shaking it off isn't saying, okay, let me just brush it off. No, don't think about it. It already happened. I shook it off already. No, when you shake it off, you have to, whenever the pain comes back up, just shake it off again. And if it comes back up, shake it off again, and so on and so forth. You don't stop shaking it off. Whenever you feel it, shake it off, because you have to get that energy out. You understand? It's like if you got something in your throat, you have to get it out. That's what's happening. Like, if you're just chilling, like right now, I don't have to burp, right? But then all of a sudden, I'll feel something come up in my throat. If I'm steady trying to push it down, it's gonna just make me uncomfortable. I have to let that out. You understand? Let it all out. Because when you let it all out, then you let it all work out. You understand? When you let it all out, when you clear out all when you clear out all that junk, you can actually see. When you clear out all that junk that's blinding your eyes, when you clear out all these distractions, the way I see it, life is like a computer. And it's really easy to browse. Like, it's the best computer. It got the fastest internet, no viruses. It has unlimited storage. It's the best computer ever. It's the best computer ever. And it's yours to have for free. It's yours to have for free. You can do whatever you want on the computer because there's no limit to what you can do on your computer. You understand? And we all got our own computers. We all got our own computers, man. Anyways, I love my computer. You understand? But the thing about it is, our computers, unfortunately, because of Adam and Eve, now have viruses, and then the computers that we birth will have viruses, and so on and so forth. And that virus is sin. We have the mark of death on our bodies. That's why we have to die, because we are born sinful. So the price you pay for sinning is death. And so since we were already born of sin, we already had to die. Like, and I'd be like, damn, Adam and Eve, like, y'all fucked it up for the rest of us. God forgive my language, but like, that's how I feel right now, and I gotta let that out, and I gotta shake it off, because like, like, why would y'all do that, bro? Like, that makes me feel a little angry. I'm not gonna lie, because why would y'all do that? Like, so many people turn away from God simply because of Satan. Satan is the one that causes these issues in our lives, pain and all these types of things, not God. I recently learned about Job in the Bible and his story, and he was a man of integrity and very righteous, and always like just deeply rooted in God, and he was always like real cool with God and things. And so the devil wanted to get Job, because the devil does not care about the people who don't have God. The devil don't care about the people who don't believe in God, because he's like, man, I can easily get you. You have nobody protecting you. If you don't believe in God, you have nobody protecting you. You're just an open book. Any kind of spirits can get to you. But when you have God on your side, you're protected, and the devil wants to see what is that God is protecting, because he wants it. Satan wants you. When you're protected by God, he wants you. And when you are really protected and you stay prayed up, oh, that does not make Satan happy. It really does not. Like, he really be, and that's how Job was. Job was deeply rooted in his, like, well protected by God. And so Satan sent all these things to try and take Job out the game, because God told Satan, no, you cannot kill him, but you can send things. You can try and send things his way, but you can't kill him. And so Satan sent all these things Job way. Job done lost his house. Job was rich too. He was rich. He had a house, 10 kids. Yeah, he had 10 kids or 11. I think he had a house, 10 kids. I think he had like 7,000 animals. Like, Job was really like loaded for real. And Satan wiped out his animals, his kids, his house. And then on top of that, Job still was like, God, I still got faith in you, God. I still believe in you, God. I'm still worshiping you, God. And then Satan made Job like break out in boils all over his body. And Job was still like, I got faith in you, God. I believe in you. I know this gonna work out. And then God was like, that's enough, Satan. He has clearly proven himself that he is a man of God and stuff like that. And so God ended his tribulations, his trials that Job was facing. And then he doubled, because Job was so faithful and Job proved that he believed in the word of God and that he was really righteous. Then God doubled what Job had previously lost. But in the end, God doubled what Job already had, because he endured. And so you just got to really keep going. I said all that to keep going, and then just to keep God at the center of things. And remember that when bad things happen in your life, it's not God, it's Satan sending you attacks. It's that simple. We'd be like, God, what is this meant to teach me? Teach you to open your eyes? Teach you to see that Satan is trying to send you an attack? What? That's what it's meant to teach you. We'd be like, God, what is this bad thing in my life happening for? What is this trying to teach me? God is like, open your eyes and see that this is Satan. This is something that Satan is sent to destroy you, not something that I sent to teach you. open your eyes and see that, maybe. That simple. Like, literally, if it's something bad, if you're like, God, why do these people I hang around suck so bad? Why I don't feel like they're my friends? God is like, maybe realize that I didn't send you those friends. Satan sent you those friends. You're like, God, why does this job suck? Maybe because God is like, that's not the job I said that you would be working, and Satan has you distracted, wasting your time at that job. So yeah, but you gotta take it how it come, like however it fits in your life, you know what I mean? But that's all that I got for this video, man. This is a 40-minute video. Yeah, I feel like I barely said anything about what I really been learning, because it's just that much. Like, I barely even scratched the surface of the things I've been experiencing in life and learning in life. Like, I barely even scratched the surface in this 40-minute video, y'all. That's why I be saying I never want to end my videos, because I just want to squeeze it all out. But I guess it's good that I don't squeeze it all out, so that way I can stretch the longevity of how long I make videos. And then look, it says, if not now, then when? And then it also says good things are happening. Ooh. Yeah. Just start with where you are now, man. Just remember to take it second by second, and just whenever you find yourself getting in your head about something and you realize, oh, I've been in my head, instead of getting in your head more like, how long have I been in my head, what all have I missed, man, I wasn't being present, just be like, oh, just make a subtle shift back into reality. Just make a subtle shift back into the present moment. Just be like, oh, I'm back. Literally like that. All you gotta do is check back in, man. It's not that deep, man. Just check back in with yourself and be cool, man. But that's all that I have for this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed, man. The way to it, man, is just to be grateful, man. Be grateful. Keep God at the center. I say be grateful. Be grateful. Keep God at the center of things, and really just take it second by second, moment by moment, and let it all work out. You literally just have to let it all work out, because it's already working out. So let it work out. If it's already working out, just let it work out. There's nothing you have to do to let it work out. You don't have to go out and physically do anything to make it work out, because it's already working out. So let it work out, literally. But that's all that I have for this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed, man. It feels good to record a video again. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna see y'all on my next one. Until next time, bye, friends.